4, 3, 2, 1, here we go!
Welcome everyone to Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Let's go to Pedro.
30 men over the top rope battle royal, where the winner will receive a shot at the IWC Heavyweight Championship later on here tonight in Clearfield. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ringside area to perform commentary for this match. He is your reigning and defending IWC Heavyweight Champion, the frontman, the elite athlete, the heavy metal Jesus, Logan Shulo.
I am Joe Dombrowski, about to bring to you a 30-man battle royal. The winner to challenge this man, the IWC champion, heavy metal Jesus, Logan Shulo, in the feature matchup tonight. The largest battle royal in IWC history. The stakes could not be higher as well. Someone could catapult themselves from the middle of the card, from the preliminaries, from anywhere around this country, anywhere in this organization. They could become IWC champion by the end of the night, but not this man has anything to say about it. Welcome, sir.
How's it going?
It's going well. Logan Shulo joining us, set to find out your opponent in the main event. You're coming into this blind. It could be one of almost 30 different individuals.
This is exciting. Exciting for many reasons, okay? Not only do we get to find out who I'm up against, but also my first time on commentary.
Elimination occurs when you are thrown over the top rope and both feet touch the floor. The last man standing will receive a shot at Logan Shulo here tonight in our main event. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring to the ring the combatants. It's number 1, Wyatt Shear.
A lot of young guys in this battle royal looking for an opportunity. Some you may have never seen before, some may have just started. We're covering the gamut here.
A lot of new faces out there, Joe. For me as well.
And his tag partner, Sagaris. Flexor, Gambino, Sebastian, Nickie, Valentino, and Beverly, all players. Will Calrissian, the handicap hero, Gregory, R&B superstar Colin Delaney. Haught, Lennox, Aiden, Futuristic, McChesney, around I Floating Fish, representing the Floating Fathers, Gregory and Super Hentai.
Joe, I could be wrong, but this looks like the biggest battle royal I have ever seen in IWC.
Biggest in history for sure. I believe the final total is going to be 27 or 28 before we're done. And it's all because of the prize that you display so proudly at our table, the IWC Championship. You have coveted for some 7-8 months right now. Any one of these men could make their way to you in the main event and forego their previously scheduled match.
Absolutely, man, and I am always looking forward to give somebody an opportunity at the title.
You had some former champions out there. You had Dennis Gregory, certainly Dalton Castle, who came a heartbeat away from capturing the championship.
Yes, he did. Do you have everybody's name figured out here? Oh, we got more. We got more on the way.
Yeah, I noticed that Team Big League conveniently waited until the rest of the field had entered. They wanted their special entrance. They wanted the spotlight on them. And you know John McChesney, even though he's not currently the top contender, he's got you in his crosshairs big time.
All the time, Joe, all the time. I can't get rid of this guy.
along with Chest Flexor, Marshall the Bull, and Bobby Fish.
Hey, Clearfield, Pennsylvania!
He wants to talk. What a surprise.
What you're looking at right here is what that man's t-shirt says. Is the force in IWC known as Team Big League. And you know what I see, Clearfield, in this ring? You know what I see? I see maybe 3 or 4 guys who can win this battle royal and go on and win the title later. But none of those 3 or 4 guys can beat any of us. None of them. And the rest of them are a bunch of Justin Idol's pissant trainees.
Hey.
Every last one of you don't deserve to be in that ring. The only one of you that's worth a dime is Busty McGee over there. So Chuck Roberts, I want to tell you something. After tonight, when I win this battle royal, I'm going to be the IWC champion once again! And Team Big League will reign supreme over IWC.
What about it, Logan? Well, hold on.
Just like you to put down a lot of hard-working young talent inside that ring. That would be just absolutely, because Justin Idol's done one hell of a job with every single trainee and all the established superstars. And I know your goal here tonight. I know why Flexor bailed out Marshall. I know why you added Bobby Fish. I know why you did this. It's all to protect you and to give you your one-way ticket to that title. And the way I look at it, you know what? Here's the thing, John. The way I look at it, the more people in that ring, the less chance you and your guys have to win. And I don't care. Let's add somebody else. Hey, Steve McCall. You've been busting your butt, you're trying to train, you've been doing some rep work. Do you want to get inside that ring and get your chance at a title shot?
What?
You want to? You want the rep inside that ring? Yeah. Go, Steve, get in that ring.
All right, the referee's going to enter.
Wow. Oh, this guy just happens to have his wrestling gear on.
Thank God he's got a weird personal life when he already had a singlet on.
April, with all due respect, hang on, wait a second.
We got more. There's more, Logan.
With all due respect, if you got an
April, a woman in the battle royal.
A kid into lines that April, I don't know.
Justin trained me just like Justin trained a bunch of them. I want to be in it.
What do you guys think?
Let her in.
April inside that
Sarah Feeney's done great in women's matches, but she's never competed with the men.
ring? If it's one more person, that's one less chance you got. April, you got it.
First time for everything, Joe.
An intergender battle royal.
How about that?
Bobby Beverly's yelling at me over here. I think he's got some words directed at yourself as well. He would love to be champion.
Yes, he's looking over here now, but he's got nothing to say.
Well, these men are going to speak with their actions, and maybe this woman as well.
Let's see. Oh, for the record, Busty McGee, is that her
I don't think
official
Busty McGee
name?
is her birth name. Speaking of the valet of Gregory Iron on the outside, but Serafini is daring one of these men to fight her. And nobody's taking her up. But Corey Futuristic.
Corey Futuristic steps up to the plate. He says, I'll be the first to hit a woman.
Corey claims to have been trained by many 4th and 5th generation wrestlers, and he's out of there. It didn't help.
He's gone. He was the dark horse, in my opinion, Corey Futuristic.
Well, how do you feel now that you know you won't have to worry about Corey Futuristic?
Man, that is a load off of my mind, believe me. I did not want to have to deal with that.
And we're underway, nearly 30 men competing for a championship opportunity. Logan, what are you looking for in this matchup?
Insane. I'm looking to see who stands out. Who in there wants it bad enough? Who wants the title? Who wants it tonight?
I know this is a very premature question, but do you have any predictions or preferences on who you'd like to challenge at the end of the night?
I got to go with my man Dalton Castle. He gave me a hell of a fight at the last show. John McChesney had a little part in that, which kind of messed things up, so I'd love to do it again, give him his fair chance.
Manslaughter's been eliminated. I understand he had a prison sentence for, I believe, embezzling funds or something. Ironically,
right?
had nothing to do with manslaughter.
Never
but
heard
he's out of there.
Never heard.
Back to the cell.
Wow.
And I noticed the founding fathers, the reigning tag champions, 2/3 of them under the Freebird rule, I should say, have not entered this battle royal yet. They're picking their spot. Logan, I think those two may be the most dangerous.
Absolutely, Joe, absolutely. You can't count those guys out for a second. You also can't turn your back on them either.
Another youngster out of there. Gregory, a former 5-time IWC champion.
Oh, it looks like Bobby Fish hasn't entered the fray either.
Yeah, Bobby Fish, a Team Big League, surveying the scene. You know their strategy's got to be protect McChesney at all costs, because John McChesney would love a piece of you to become champion once again.
Joe, he's had his chance. We fought it out in a cage match.
Oh, wait a second. Gregory Iron hits the outside early. What an inspirational story that would have been if he could contend for the championship, but not tonight.
Who is screaming? Who's screaming like a girl? That's what I want to know, because it's not Serafini.
If I had to guess, I'd assume Bobby Beverly, but I can see him in the corner hiding behind Valentino. And Marshall Bull connects with both one-nighters.
Steve McCall, what a huge entrance, and he's already out.
Steve McCall gone, Sam Cassidy gone. Don't know if he's related to Leaf or not. Jordan Lennox working on Beverly. They'll go toe-to-toe in tag action. Valentino in trouble. That's Keith Haught. That's Kevin Bennett from upstate New York.
Keith Haught. Can you imagine if Keith Haught won this?
That'd be some hot news.
Hot news indeed.
Beverly to the kidneys of Kevin Bennett. Valentino's upside down. Bobby Fish has worked his way to the apron. He's focusing on Colin Delaney. You can defend that championship against a former WWE superstar tonight.
Absolutely. Wouldn't that be fun?
There goes Wyatt Shear.
Wow, Wyatt Shear's gone. Good kid, good kid. He'll be back to fight another day.
And there goes Matt Sagaris of Blue Collar Slaughterhouse.
Dalton Castle hanging over the ropes here.
Oh, Castle in big time trouble. That's Calrissian over there, I believe, as well as, is that Denny Gregory hanging on for dear life upside down?
I'll tell you what, this man in the Fleck, I believe his name
Fleck.
is, his chest is just beat red. He is taking a beating in there.
Absolutely. Well, there goes Beverly, I believe.
Bobby Beverly.
What about this HD Canon? He's
Nice
really
to
stood
see.
out as a big-time player from the training school. He beat John McChesney via disqualification. Could he be a potential player?
He absolutely could, man. He's got as greatest chance as anybody in there. He's already proved he's willing to fight.
Well, IWC more so than ever is a young man's game. You're seeing that young talent rise to the top lately. Guys like yourself, Michael Facade, Aiden Vale, the one-nighters, really standing out recently. And of course, we'll talk about Facade as the night goes on. Someone who you seem to be on a collision course with.
That's
should
right,
you
man.
survive tonight.
Yes.
IWC champion, Super Indie champion, meeting head-on at IWC Combat Clearfield. That's hot news.
Hey, little known fact, I don't know if you picked up on this, it might be an, oh my.
Look out. There
What
went-
an elimination there.
There went Calrissian thanks to Haught.
To get back to my point, Joe, it very well may be a 30-minute Iron Man match. A true test of wills.
A lot of rumors there, and that could be very well both championships at stake.
Absolutely. Absolutely
That
could
is
be.
huge news.
I plan on making it that way, too. I got to get through tonight, though, and I'm not taking anything for granted.
Well, we'll see how the cards fall after tonight. Facade not here due to injury. Had a ruptured eardrum thanks to Sammy Callahan. Chest flexors out of there. See ya Valentino thanks to Colin.
Nickie Valentino.
Denny Gregory hit the floor. Not sure if he went over the top or not. Favorites now, you got to look at Hentai for the experience. Marshall the Bull and McChesney still there, the founding fathers. Bobby Fish still the founding fathers. They're 75% intact, Logan.
Right. Hey, what about Andrew Palace, though? I don't know a lot about this kid except he's got huge hair.
Oh, Palace, he's a game young athlete. He had a very competitive matchup with Zima Ion at a recent live event. Palace could be a player. Is he ready yet? We'll find out tonight. There goes Fleck.
There he goes. There he goes.
What is a Fleck anyway?
I wish I knew.
Well, he gets to get the Fleck out right now as the matchup
Watch
progresses.
it, Joe.
Colin Delaney got to be a favorite. Was that HD?
HD eliminated.
HD history. Aiden Vale history. Hoping he'd
Vale.
land on that shoulder.
Oh, boy.
Marshall focusing on Demera.
I'll tell you this, Hentai just looks mad. He just looks like he's really pissed off.
I haven't seen him happy in years. That's just his nature, especially as a founding father.
Oh, here it goes.
And there goes Demera, oh Lord!
Somebody please check on him. That was ridiculous.
Well, Palace found it funny.
Well, somebody needs to see if he's still breathing. It might be me for all I know.
Dalton Castle definitely a huge favorite as well. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here.
5 minutes behind this contest, 5 minutes.
You asked it at the top of the segment, Logan, who wants it more? And we're finding out. We got our final, 8 or 9 guys at Colin's history.
Colin Delaney has been eliminated.
Hentai's going through these guys.
Oh.
And the big story here is that with only 2, 4, 6, 8 guys left, I believe, 3 of these guys are Team Big League representatives.
Oh, I know. Somebody got to go soon, or it looks like it's going to be me and McChesney tonight.
Yeah, what's going to happen when it comes down to all 3 members of Team Big League? If it does, will they forfeit their spot to let McChesney coast along? That's an interesting question.
My guess is yes.
Oh, Hentai
there
hits.
goes Hentai. McChesney is a master manipulator. He's got those guys under his spell no matter what.
Well, we've seen him use up many members of Team Big League in the past and just discard them when they have no use to him anymore. Oh, Marshall hangs on.
Marshall Gambino.
He's
Oh,
teetering.
no, he's
Dalton
gone.
got the big man, 300 pounds.
Hey, Dalton's got this, man. Dalton's got this. That's my pick right now.
I would love to see the rematch of Logan Shulo and Dalton Castle without McChesney's involvement. No disrespect, but we could have seen a new IWC champion.
Hey, no disrespect taken. When I get in that ring, it's anybody's game, right?
Absolutely is. McChesney focusing on Keith Haught. Haught's got that low center of gravity. He could be a dark horse.
Uh-oh. No,
How you going to get the big boy over?
No. He's going.
McChesney figured it out, and
Oh,
Sebastian
my.
as well.
Look at this.
And Keith Haught have been eliminated.
Uh-oh.
I see you, buddy.
We're down to 3, and that's bad news for Dalton. It's a 2-on-1 scenario here with John McChesney and Bobby Fish.
All right. What are we going to do here?
Well, McChesney threw his shirt into the crowd. The shirt went back to ringside because nobody wanted it.
Nobody wants anything at man's more.
And listen to this crowd come alive for the Party Peacock, that charismatic milkshake. Dalton Castle, he has a chance to relive history, but he's got to get through almost insurmountable odds.
Here we go. Don't count him out, Joe. Don't count him out.
You never can. This guy's got size, he's got technique, but he's getting choked from behind. And now it could be just a matter of time. It's like the lambs to the slaughter.
Hey, no, he's fighting back. No.
But how do you get 2 men over the top? When one guy's always has the other watching his back.
I know.
And that means with the extra help too, these men.
Bobby Fish just nonchalantly just choking him on the ropes just for fun. How does that help him eliminate Dalton Castle?
Well, if the lights go out for Dalton Castle, you can get him over the top a lot quicker. Dalton's got a lot of fight in him. I don't know how you can get him over the top rope conventionally.
Joe, do not poke holes in my logic.
Well, Dalton Castle looking to poke holes in his strategy.
There we go.
McChesney and Fish both in danger here.
What's he got?
Castle with momentum on his side.
That
2 for the
was
price of
beautiful.
1.
Beautiful.
But he's got to get him over the top.
The Peacock call.
Could we see Dalton in the main event? McChesney has other ideas. Beautiful drop kick. And there's Justin Idol.
Justin Idol.
Idol just eliminates
no.
McChesney.
Wow.
Idol and McChesney have huge issues. Idol's got to beat Team Big League to earn a contract back on the roster. Meanwhile, McChesney's insulted every single one of Idol's trainees. And the referee says McChesney's gone. It doesn't matter how you go, just that you go out.
I did not see that coming, but good for Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Timmy Richardson has announced that because Justin Idol is not officially in this matchup, John McChesney is still in the Battle Royal.
Oh, well, I don't know if I agree with that.
I definitely don't. Oh, no.
We almost solved our problem there.
I thought that was it.
I don't agree with that particular ruling. The official got manipulated there by McChesney. What a goof he is. Well, Dalton sent McChesney over the top. And now he finishes the job. Now he's out of there.
Now he's gone. Now it's real. Bobby Fish, you better watch out, Dalton.
Watch Fish. Oh, no, Fish got it.
Wow.
And we have a main event, first time ever.
Bobby Fish it is.
Logan, this is a guy that's been to Japan, tours of Pro Wrestling Noah, one of the most well-traveled athletes, a recent acquisition of the Ring of Honor promotion, and you, Logan Shulo, had to face him in the main event, the feature match for the top prize in this company. Are you prepared?
Joe, you summed everything up. But yes, I am absolutely prepared. I know exactly what Bobby Fish is capable of, and I plan on taking it to him later on tonight.
But don't forget about that X Factor. It's Team Big League, McChesney, and perhaps the others. They'll be within earshot. And one way or the other, by hook or by crook, it's very possible that championship could go back to Team Big League tonight.
I got this. Stay in here, man. I'll see you later tonight. Okay, I saw it.
Logan, I want to thank you for your time out here. Thank you for your expertise. Good luck tonight for the IWC Championship.
Thank you, Joe. It's been fun.
Will Calrissian is the self-proclaimed fanny pack champion of the world. Straight from Hoboken. As my partner Farnsworth so eloquently alludes to whenever this man is out here. And then you see him holding that, we'll go with prize, the hot pink fanny pack. Saw Calrissian a few weeks ago at our No Excuses live event at the Court Time Sports Center. Elizabeth, Pennsylvania, came up just short against Mike Rain, fell to the Doppler effect. Looking to redeem himself here tonight in one-on-one competition. Certainly very charismatic, very eccentric, and really cherishes that fanny pack. I mean, really cherishes that fanny pack. He kissed the fanny pack. Well, the fun and games certainly about to end. Sebastian really earned the respect of IWC's faithful when he survived a best-of-3 series with Super Hentai, won the final exchange in that series in a hellacious ladder matchup here in Clearfield, where he happens to reside, as I'm joined now by someone who I'm told is a former WWE superstar, competitor in the Battle Royal, and a guy with nice hair. Going to adjust his microphone right now. He is Colin Delaney, looking as good as I've ever seen him.
Dapper as ever.
But you do not have a pink fanny pack, though, like Will Calrissian.
I do not, and I am actually excited to see this match. This is one that I've been waiting for, so I figured I'd come out here and join you on commentary so you weren't so lonely.
Yes, well, I'm certainly always lonely when I have the rotating, revolving door of partners. I saw you over there negotiating your contract with Chuck Roberts for several minutes, which is why you're late to the segment, but that's okay.
Right, I'm actually just, I do the Battle Royal, I help with music, I do commentary, I wrestle, I do it all, really.
You got that one appearance per year contract going
right.
for you. That's
I'm
really
gonna,
cushy.
I'm going to sell hot dogs after this, too. Just really make that money tonight.
All right, Colin Delaney landing on his feet.
I'm a hustler.
Well, Will Calrissian has hustled us into believing that he is the fanny pack champion of the world. How do you feel about that?
I believe it. Anyone with a fanny pack like that must be the fanny pack champion of the world, because I don't know how else you get an awesome fanny pack like that.
We've said fanny pack a lot in this segment.
Yeah, a lot more to come, I'd imagine.
Facing Sebastian, who is a Clearfield native here, survived a best-of-3 series with Super Hentai I just alluded to.
Wow.
And certainly he's earned the respect of IWC faithful, and certainly had the respect of his friends and family here tonight, and certainly the home field advantage for somebody who resides among the salt of the earth here in Clearfield.
Yeah, I saw him in that battle royal. I think me and him were down to the nitty-gritty there, so I respect him as a combatant. Going for the wiggly finger thing.
Certainly you got to respect Bobby Fish for winning that battle royal, surviving 30 individuals to get that championship opportunity, even though I'm sure you would have loved to have that opportunity yourself.
Sure, but I got bigger fish to fry tonight. Well, I guess not bigger fish because...
Well, not Fish, because he won the battle royal.
Bobby
in the main
Fish.
event. Yeah.
Anyways, wow, look at the power of Sebastian.
Great elevation to take Calrissian up, and that'll do some big-time damage to the ligaments and tendons all up and down that arm and shoulder.
Yeah, no fanny pack's going to help you now, Will Calrissian, when your arm is ripped out of the socket.
Unless it's like a first aid kit inside the fanny pack. Nice drop toe hold by Sebastian. Been a while since we've seen Sebastian in IWC. Seems to pop up around these Clearfield events, looking to earn the respect and earn the adulation and earn the win-loss record of a regular spot on this roster. That's the crux of this event here tonight. It's why you're here. It's why everybody's here.
That is the goal.
They want to be focal points. You don't win, you may not come back. And Sebastian and yourself have found that out the hard way.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure I've seen Sebastian here, and we've not come up on the winning end, so...
Sebastian completely outsmarting Will Calrissian, who currently has a submission maneuver on himself. Will he tap out?
Will Calrissian could also use a win. We haven't really delved into that yet, but...
Ironically, if Will Calrissian taps out, he would have to relinquish the hold to do so, and that would defeat the whole purpose. This is a conundrum we're in right now. This is what happens when you think about fanny packs rather than winning the match.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Right in the mush.
Well, Calrissian could use a win. I mentioned a loss to Mike Rain a few weeks ago. Certainly looking to gain his own traction is Calrissian, who sneaks up between the legs and takes out that vertical base. Sebastian, it's hard, right in the back of the head.
Smart maneuver, very smart maneuver there by Calrissian.
Sebastian landed right back on that external occipital protuberance.
Sure.
And focusing now on the knee area, that is, as you would know very well, Colin, the apron of that ring is really the hardest part of the ring. There's no given. It's
horrible. It sucks. Never hit it ever, ever, ever. But if I just got kicked in the face by somebody as hard as Will Calrissian got kicked in the face, I would also be beating the crap out of their knees.
Well, certainly.
Making sure they could never, ever, ever, ever do that to me again.
Calrissian doing his best, focusing on that left knee. You take away one of those appendages, you're going to create an opening.
True story, I did just believe them to be chanting defense, but it is a Seabass chant.
It is, that is
okay.
Correct. Although he does need to wrestle very defensively right now to protect that knee.
As long as we're all on the same page now. I can only imagine I would have been that one fan in the crowd going, defense, a C, D, C.
Yeah, you're not even reading the same book in that exchange.
No.
Calrissian, very calculated. He's got a lot of pizzazz, a lot of la-di-da to him, but when you get down to it, he can wrestle.
Absolutely. I've actually known Will Calrissian for a number of years. Just about since I started wrestling, I've known Will Calrissian. So, going on 10 years now, I've known Will Calrissian. I've known him to be a great competitor all throughout. Finally getting a break here in IWC.
Young veteran who really you could classify as a very underrated athlete in terms of buzz. And just focusing all that weight.
He's got the ability, he's got the charisma, and he's got a heck of an Indian deathlock on right now.
So, Sebastian, those shoulders can't drop. The shoulders did fall, and we have an inexperienced referee. That's Steve McCall, who
in his
impromptu entered the battle royal.
Yeah, he's still dreaming about title shots and such.
And I'm assuming he's still wearing that singlet randomly underneath his referee outfit. That was awkward.
Hard to get that thing off, and it's easy to get the ref shirt and pants off. It's not as easy to get that singlet off in a heartbeat.
I shudder to ask what you wear under your gear on a regular occasion, since the referees are wearing singlets.
More gear.
That's good, you're prepared.
I'm actually wearing that same singlet under my gear. But a reversal by Sebastian. Will Calrissian managed to get out.
Yeah, but Sebastian can't put any weight on that leg anymore. The damage done. And you see just the intensity on the body language and face of Will Calrissian.
Absolutely. He's looking to put away right here. As you can see, he's going hold to holds, trying to figure out what'll work. Trying to figure out what'll make him give up. But in front of his hometown here,
that's right.
Not looking like he's going to give anytime soon is Sebastian.
Calrissian using all of his own body weight to just drive that knee joint back in the opposite way it's meant to go. Certainly,
what a drop.
Certainly, Colin, you have your history of injuries. You've been on television, bandaged up many times. How do you combat a knee injury in the course of battle?
In the course of battle, leg injuries are the worst. If you can't get to a vertical base, I mean, what can you do? Oh! Dropping down to that knee, though, to deliver some punishment in a clothesline.
Yeah, he can't stand, but he can sure fight. Heel kick with the good knee. Sebastian being innovative.
Doing what he can, doing what he knows.
Doing what he has to. Great combo there.
Turns him inside out into a neck breaker of some sort.
Half a hip lock, half a neck breaker, got a near fall.
Half and half does not make a 3 count, apparently.
But it works in the momentum side of things, Sebastian.
Sure.
Got to shake some feeling back into that knee so he can just press on and fight.
The crowd's getting up for it. He's getting Calrissian up.
Can he balance him? No, couldn't do it. The damage done again. The Calrissian, and that gory bomb.
And then turns him over by that leg.
Yeah, that's one of his specialties, but will it be enough? No. And you can see the shock on the face of Calrissian.
He cannot believe it.
Thought for sure that'd be it.
He's really got to keep focused here.
He's got the fanny pack. It's a foreign object.
The ref's got some guns. I saw him earlier. You can't. I don't know if Will Calrissian's going to win this one, and he doesn't.
He doesn't. And that could have given Sebastian an opening.
Oh!
Right between the eyes.
Good night.
Sebastian covers him, beats him in Clearfield. If somebody's around, send Valentino. Big win for Sebastian in his hometown. We thank Colin Delaney for joining us. And we certainly thank Sebastian for bringing the fight. Will Calrissian is back to the drawing board. Here tonight, Sebastian, another big win in Clearfield, and so much more action still to come.
Introducing first, being coming to ringside by Team Gregory.
Well, to say the least, John McChesney's not in a good mood after coming up just short in that Battle Royal. Thanks to Justin Idol. We're going to take it out on a frequent rival of the recent past, really the centerpiece of Justin Idol's training school that has been the subject of so much ridicule lately. McChesney looking to prove something against one of the top prospects in this organization, stunt the career progression.
He weighs in at 235 pounds, wrestling out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here is H.D. Canon.
H.D. Canon made his IWC debut in the main event of Proving Ground, impromptu against John McChesney. And what a huge accomplishment it was for him. H.D. Canon defeated Big League via disqualification. Ever since, Big League has had a vendetta against Matt Cannon and looking to settle the score here tonight in Clearfield. Well, McChesney certainly off his game because he thought he would have to forego this matchup to challenge for the IWC title in our main event. That was not the case. Bobby Fish got it. I'm sure McChesney's happy it stays in the family. However, it's another issue entirely. McChesney's going to be able to get past HD Canon. McChesney's had his problems with him before. McChesney has belittled and berated all of the Iron City Wrestling Academy, led by head trainer Justin Idol. Idol currently attempting to earn a shot back on the IWC roster as a competitor and not just a trainer. Chuck wants Justin Idol at his best, though. He says you can't get this contract until you defeat every single member of Team Big League, one by one. Idol has beaten chest Flexor. That was at no excuses. He's got a few more steps to climb before he can get there. McChesney not making any friends ringside, but Idol has a few more to beat to get there. If McChesney can keep Idol from winning this series, McChesney gets an IWC title shot automatically. That is the rules we're looking at here. And HD giving McChesney a taste of his own medicine, belittling Big League a little bit. On HD Canon, defeated Team Big League in a six-man tag back in West Virginia. Recruited Michael Tarver to defeat Team Big League in a tag match at no excuses. So really, HD, oh my God, what impact. And there's that power HD Canon has. Even though he's young, you don't need to teach power. You either have it or you don't. And Big League gonna taste another sample of it. Cover and barely a 2 count. But HD is 3-0 against John McChesney in various matchups so far, which is a huge accomplishment, especially for a rookie. Can he do it one-on-one? Look at this power. And a big-time impact. HD could have him here. Got it? No. McChesney almost defeated the second longest reigning IWC champion ever, John McChesney, almost bested by HD Canon. And now time to count along with HD. McChesney stops things for a moment, but right into the clothesline. And Big League right back in trouble once again. McChesney daring him and over the top. And charging through with a drop kick. It's one of McChesney's most successful weapons. And he used it expertly. Not only did he connect with the dropkick, did McChesney, but Canon falls some 5-6 feet to the unprotected floor. McChesney with a blatant choke on that steel guardrail. Obviously no give on steel. Jeez. And now McChesney takes Canon to school. The lethal knife edge strikes. Third time didn't work. McChesney hits the post. And now a weakness has been created in the form of the right hand of John McChesney. And the vocality of McChesney tells the story, as HD very smartly working on that opening. Canon calls himself HD because he wants to improve the quality of IWC wrestling, and certainly that means addressing the ego of John McChesney, who connects with a drop kick and a near fall.
5 minutes left on this contest, 5 minutes.
And McChesney back on top, the Northern Lights, the bridge, and a near fall. Canon slips up that right shoulder. Able to once again. And McChesney can wear away a Canon if he can control this tempo and keep HD Canon in his grasp. Make this a John McChesney style match. And certainly when you factor in those knife edge chops, it's a John McChesney advantage until you factor in the injured right hand. McChesney must adapt. Second turnbuckle on the inside. Well, McChesney, referencing the fact that HD has outsmarted him in 3 consecutive matches, didn't happen this time, but HD was waiting. And again, that's that veteran instincts instilled into HD by his trainer, Justin Idol. And a huge spine buster. Cover, near fall. HD ready to polish off Big League. Can he make it 4-0 in a row? Counter, huge DDT. Snapped it off expertly. McChesney, hook of the leg, and can't put him away yet. The fighting spirit, the drive of HD Canon is just as impressive as any of his other attributes. And the fact that a former IWC champion is having the difficulty that he is testament to the skill level of HD Canon. Oh. HD caught him. McChesney loves the drop kicks. Didn't work that time. The Boston crowd. The submission attempt. Will McChesney tap this match away and make HD 4-0 in his wrestling career? Big League can shovel back into the corner. I was playing possum. McChesney was waiting. He's got Trunks and almost stole it. Big League almost stole it with Trunks. HD has McChesney perched again. Big League resourcefulness into the thrust kick. Good night, got it. Finally put him away. It took 4 attempts, but John McChesney finally defeats HD Canon. And John McChesney would like me to bring attention to these John McChesney fans sitting to my right in the back of the building. Hopefully we showcased that. We did showcase a John McChesney victory. Will Team Big League add the IWC title to that winning record before we go off the air tonight? former tag team champion. This was scheduled to be Dalton Castle versus Bobby Fish, but in lieu of Bobby Fish winning the Battle Royal, that matchup is now canceled, so we are now eagerly awaiting to see exactly what Dalton Castle will be doing.
Canceled? Why?
Bobby Fish won the Battle Royal. He gets an automatic title shot at Logan Shulo for the IWC Championship in the main event.
So why doesn't he wrestle 2 matches?
Because that was the stipulation of the match that you were in, the Battle Royal.
If it were me, I'd have wrestled twice. 3 times.
You wouldn't have, no.
Why not?
Well, you could have, but it'd be stupid for
double the
somebody
pay.
Going for, that's not how it works, I don't think.
That might be annoying to some, but that's beautiful to me. Clearfield, how you doing? You know, I wish I could say the same, because I was really disappointed just a little while ago. I really had my heart on kicking Bobby Fish's teeth in. But unfortunately, I'm no longer facing him tonight. And I really want a match. So I went in the back and I talked to Chuck Roberts and I demanded that he gives me a match. And he looked at me and he said, the only match available, Dalton. Not sweet baby chicken Dalton. He didn't really call me that, just imagine. It's a tag match. I agreed because I want to wrestle. I came to Clearfield to wrestle. And my first choice for a partner, well, he was obviously taken. So I remember a guy I met last show, and he looked like he likes to have fun and party just like this peacock. And he looked like a hot mess. But tonight, when I saw him in the Rumble, nobody took care of the lower end of Team Big League like Keith Haught! Well, here's music, guys!
Well, we're set to have a tag team matchup, Mr. Valentino with Dalton Castle and Keith Haught. What do you know about Keith Haught? Do you have any hot news?
Well, he's pretty hot. And
is that a personal opinion?
Well, from what I've heard, he has a high temperature.
Really? So he has a fever?
Yeah, a hot fever. And the only prescription, well, you know.
I hope we're not going to get a cowbell reference out of this.
Maybe.
The prescription may be a tag team matchup with Dalton Castle. Got some inspiring music. And you know, the thing about Keith Haught, very nimble for his size.
It's the Keith Haught, Joe.
You got really excited about that for some
Wow, look at him. He did so well in that battle. Look at that
he
kick.
He likes to dance and then kick and then like dance some more.
He has agility. Wow.
Yeah, he's got nimble legs.
Wow, he must stretch a lot.
Which one of us?
Well, let's see what we got here. It's not Bobby Fish.
It's a referee.
Well, that's the unfortunate thing, but I don't think he's I don't think he's a competitor in the match, I'll say. I bet he wears a singlet under his ref garb, that's for sure. Oh, it's chest flexor. Along with Ginger. And Hentai and Marshall. I think we've had a,
Listen. I know you're so upset that your scheduled match isn't happening, but it's okay. Because you have a new match, and yes, Team Big League is still going to kick your butt today. But, and we brought out Superhead.
Hold on, all 3 of you?
there's been a consolidation of the factions.
In this meat, muffin on?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you wanted a match and you're getting a match.
Alright, listen, I'm tough, and I know Keith's tough, but we're not stupid, alright? We're not gonna go in here with the odds against us. So,
I think we got some volunteers.
More people?
More people.
What the hell is this?
It's a rapidly growing tag team match. Although now it's 4-on-3 unless Ginger's in this match.
Next, the Shockmaster's gonna come out.
I've heard he's in the building.
Shocking.
This is unfair.
Chest Flexor is wearing his own face on his thigh.
We'll fight with you. Wait a minute. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. You two need to go to the back. We have this match set. Us 3 against them 2.
I'll take this.
It's not fair anymore. There's only 3 of us.
Chuck's gonna wrestle.
We've been down that road before.
Oh my God, what's going on here? I hear he likes to do the leg drop.
Is this fair? Is it 4 on 3? I know you guys think it's fair, but listen, honestly, I can't do this. I can't jeopardize these guys like that as much as I want to. So you know what? Here's what we'll do. That's okay. Super Hentai, you're still a little upset that Keith Haught eliminated you from the Battle Royal, huh? Yeah, I'm sure that's funny. How about this? I'll get you guys want a partner? No problem. I'll get you a partner. Hang on. Hey, hold on. Wait a minute.
Well,
There's gotta be somebody back here.
Chuck hates chest flexor, and Marshall punched him in the face in West Virginia. So we'll see where this goes.
How about you? No, can't do. How about, do you know? Come on, Chuck! John, Sebastian already wrestled. I can't do that.
He's talking to himself.
Wait a minute. I got it. Oh, wait, hold on. Here it come. Hold on 1 second. Oh.
He's coming.
I got it. Hold on. Justin, play. What? I see him. Hey, there he is. Come on, Corey. Here you go.
Oh, Lord.
There's your tag team. That's nicely done. Hey, are you okay? You know, April eliminated you first. You all right? All right, good. Here, let's go.
What happened?
I'll take the words out of your mouth. What happened to my life?
Yeah. You and me both. I dig the music though.
It looks like he's wearing a diaper.
Well, keep in mind, Corey Futuristic was on Hentai's team at Proving Ground, and Hentai got so fed up with the team, he just left in the middle of the match angry.
I would too. I'm thinking about leaving right now.
Yeah, you almost left and you were broadcasting with me at the time.
Wait, Marshall's trying to make a trade. Let's see how this happens.
That may work on the streets where he does business, but not here. Chuck Roberts pulls a fast one on his most hated athletes.
What's the salary cap on that team?
On the Futuristic team?
Yeah.
I think it went up about $1.95 since Futuristic came.
Whoa! Hey! That's good.
Futuristic and Haught and a dance. Look at him jiggle!
Oh,
look at the moving parts.
Please help me.
Corey Futuristic being threatened by Hentai and the match hasn't even started yet. Futuristic claims he has trained in the future under many 4th and 5th generation wrestling greats.
Marshall's getting a chair, and it looks like he's gonna watch what happens.
He's upset that his partner's Corey Futuristic. He can barely stand chest flexor, and he can only do that because he's got experience with it. Chest flexor is wearing his face on the side of his body. Have you ever worn your likeness on your gear, Valentino?
I thought about it. Many a great man has worn the likeness on his gear.
Chest flexor and Keith Haught starting things out.
At least he didn't put Jake Roberts' wife on his gear.
Well, a whole new set of problems. Keith Haught, a great ground wrestler, great low center of gravity.
That's an
Tough to
understatement.
move around. That's why he lasted far beyond the halfway point in that battle royal. For a guy this inexperienced, that's a major coup. He lasted longer than you did.
I should have won that battle royal, but I got cheated.
How'd you get cheated? You got thrown over the top rope.
I got punched in the face.
That's illegal, pal. Castle sneaks in with a convenient caw. And a Haught with a hard slam. This guy's got some power. Almost ends this thing early. What would you do in the ring against Keith Haught?
Well, I'd try a lot of dancing to start off with.
That didn't work earlier.
Distract him.
I see.
And then I'd punch him in the face, probably.
Tag into Big Bronco of Blue Collar Slaughterhouse, a team you know well.
Jesus.
They beat you in their first match in the company.
I bet they did.
No, trust me, they did. I was there and so were you.
Are you sure?
Yes. You can get that, fans, on IWC home video as part of the first Mountain State Madness. And then you screwed them in the second Mountain State Madness.
I didn't do any such thing.
Under the clothesline and a tag into the Surly Ornery Hentai. In there with Matt Sagaris. Hentai's always angry, but I think he's angrier than normal tonight.
I'd be angrier too if I had a team of Corey Futuristic up.
Jumping back elbow. Sagaris, a much bigger man. He's hard to move around, but if anybody can find a way, Hentai's gonna.
That was a tight headbutt, Joe. Snug, I believe, is the word.
Well, nobody in the mood. And Hentai's saying, don't screw this up to Futuristic. I understand Corey Futuristic trains in the future with Nolan Gowan, who is only 6 months old right now, but in the future is a very good wrestler.
That's what I hear. He's got a leg up on the competition.
He's got a leg up on his dad. And Dalton Castle tags himself in. And Futuristic needs to get out, but he get nothing doing. I think he's about to screw this up.
Maybe. Nope. Yep, there it went.
Futuristic gotta be what, like a $140 soaking wet with a brick in his pocket? In there with Dalton Castle.
I got a sudden craving for mashed potatoes.
Castle. I think Corey's craving a tag.
Whoa!
A squatting suplex. No matter how much Corey Futuristic weighs, this is damn impressive.
I could do it.
This is not an evenly proportioned barbell. This is live weight that moves and fights back.
What are you trying to say? All I'm good at is lifting barbells?
I actually didn't say that at all.
I'm lifting dumbbells too, Joe.
You just said that.
And bricks.
Corey tried to send Dalton into the corner. Dalton blocks it. Dalton is NCAA caliber in the amateur ranks and IWC title caliber in the professional ranks. Corey does not have much of a prayer. Yelling help is not going to help much. Overhead release suplex. Hentai's getting angrier. And Corey sent into the corner, and now the dynamics change. Now we get deathly serious by nearly 300 pounds of the baby bull. Two biggest men on each side of the ring, hooking it up.
Marshall doesn't really like to have fun, Joe.
Well, no, his fun is hurting people. It's a job and a hobby. Former, I believe, 5-time co-holder of the IWC tag title. Very controversial side business.
He just does laundry. Sanitation.
Don't think that, well, he sanitizes a lot of areas. He moves a lot of dead weight. You catch my drift. Look at the clothesline. Castle with a drop kick. And Marshall comes at a price. And as of late, John McChesney has found that price. And it's Dalton settling in with the armbar.
Armbar.
One of your favorite maneuvers. That's what you got to do to keep the big man down. And a huge slam. And now Haught back in.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Haught drops the knee. Cover 2 and no. Haught likes to finish things off in these matches with a top rope splash. He indeed calls the hot mess.
His trunks say so.
And Marshall meets Haught with a knee. And a tag back into Hentai. Wouldn't want to cross him.
Hentai doesn't look like he wants to have a lot of fun either.
No, doesn't really often have that feeling to him. Very dark, very brooding. It's an angry man. Triple knees in the corner. Cover 2 and no. I think Dalton needs an anatomy lesson, but be that as it may.
Oh, he raked him with the knee. It's a page right out of my book.
Maybe a little bit of that bootlace as well. Flexor, second turnbuckle on the inside.
But let's talk about chest flexor for a
He
second.
claims to have $1 billion. He owned part of this company at one point. He's a bumbling goof as part of Team Big League. Almost pinned Keith Haught.
He's a lackey, Joe.
Former #1 contender to the IWC title.
Well, it's more than I can say.
Got a nice vest, though.
Well, he does have a nice vest, and he's a lackey, Joe, and he's a damn good one.
Used to hang out with a Chinese dragon.
What happened to that dragon?
It got smashed in his IWC title match.
Oh.
Flexor got powerbombed on top of the head of the dragon. And there's a huge spine buster. All that power of the bull coming into play almost had him. And back comes Hentai. I think Marshall and Hentai have kind of taken charge of this matchup.
And that's what you got to do, Joe. When you're a leader, you got to take charge.
I can't believe we have Team Big League and a founding father together, but Chuck alluded to it, that Haught eliminated Hentai from the Battle Royal, and that's why Hentai has joined this cause. Double team, but nobody home. Hentai hits tailbone first. Haught looking for a tag, but Marshall right there to cut him off. Hard suplex. Tag into Flexor. Kind of a guy's named Chest, anyway.
One with a big chest.
And Hentai accidentally gave Flexor a gourd buster. That double team didn't work. Haught gets to Castle. Freshman is in. And Castle is exploding. Hentai to the outside. Flexor in trouble. Face first. And here comes Blue Collar Slaughterhouse. You felt this a time or two.
What is it?
That could be the end for Chest Flexor. Futuristic in. Futuristic out. Hentai getting himself a piece of Haught on the outside. That's all he's worried about.
I think that was a low blow, Joe. I think he hit him downstairs.
In the mommy daddy button?
I think so.
Flexor looking to tag Marshall. Bronco's in trouble. The ref trying to stop this on the outside. These guys are itching for tags. The ref's not paying attention. He's looking at Hentai and Haught. And Castle's getting upset. Now we got some tags. Castle's in. Flexor has no clue where he is, and Marshall has bailed on him. What's that about? The German, Castle and company win. What in the hell just happened?
Here are yours. The team of Castle, Slaughterhouse, and
We were looking for tags. Time stood still for a second. Marshall drops down. What in hell, Flexor? Is there a malfunction in the Big League Junction here?
You said a mouthful.
And Flexor's left all alone. Everybody else left him. The sacrificial lamb, so to speak. Good night, Flexor.
Well, that was something.
Dalton Castle, could another IWC title shot be in his future? He gets the win in this 8-man tag extravaganza.
a singles contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being coming to the ring by Lady Heather. He weighs in at 155 pounds, wrestling out of Cleveland, Ohio. He is the handicap hero, the criminal crusader, the man that has cerebral palsy,
Great ovation for Gregory Iron, a man that was born with cerebral palsy, a neurological disorder that affects the movement of the right side of Greg's body. But even though he's lived a tumultuous life with that condition, he didn't let it kill his dream. Greg has competed all over this country, and a little over a year ago was even endorsed in the ring by former IWC champion CM Punk. Greg makes his long-awaited return to the International Wrestling Cartel, and he met a young friend. I wonder how young. He is one-armed and dangerous. And affliction or not, he's one of the most successful athletes in this part of the country.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 195.
I'll stop you there. I'll stop you there.
Hey.
Your bottles, Amy. Now, I don't understand this. I really don't. The last show, if you sheep don't know, I faced Zima Ion. Yeah, he's on TV. Yeah. And now, what am I doing here facing this freak?
That guy's on TV too, pal.
He didn't move his hand. I mean, he's not a real man. He's a freak. He has this little gimp hand, flagging it around. And who's he with there? I mean, you need to be with a real man. A real man. Not some little crippled freak. Let me say that again. Crippled freak. Shut up, Daddy. Now, honey. You. Oh, waving me away with your good hand? The only hand you have? Oh, you never heard that before. You're a freak. And you know, it's a disgrace that I even have to face a freak like you here today. You know what?
Well, that's Andrew Palace, quite obviously. And Palace, with a bit of a set of a self-entitlement issue. And, oh, come on now. Asking a kiss from Lady Heather, the manager of Iron here tonight. And Greg taking umbrage with that. And Iron going to show you how capable he truly is. Iron is very dedicated to weight training, to working out, to professional wrestling every day of his life. Disability or not, he has exceeded and overcome the odds all his life. From being in a broken home, from his parents' divorce, from concussions that nearly ended his life. Andrew Palace is just the latest setback to tell him he can't do it. And Palace hits the outside. Iron getting tripped up and Palace taking over on the outside. Iron was looking to fly. He was looking to create an opening. And Palace didn't learn from the mistakes of John McChesney earlier in the night. And Iron giving Palace the scenic tour. All the way around Clearfield. Joined now by fashionably late Justin Plummer, the host of IWC Aftershock and IWCWrestling.com. Oh, wait, get you in a minute, Justin. But first, Andrew Palace moves the ring with the impact. He sends Greg back first into the post. Justin, an inspiring story from Gregory Iron, but a meteoric story for young Andrew Palace so far in his career.
You know, I hate to say it, and I apologize for being late. Actually catching up with Marshall Gambino. Some big events unfolding for Team Big League here tonight. You're going to have to tune into IWCWrestling.com. Check out the next episode of Aftershock for more on that. But you're right, Joe. Two amazing stories here tonight, and I hate to say this, I really do. But this Andrew Palace story, it's amazing. It's pretty incredible. The guy climbing the ranks of the IWC faster than anyone I've seen since someone you may know, the party peacock, Dalton Castle himself.
Yeah, well, you could certainly draw those comparisons. Palace, if you were with us live in Elizabeth at No Excuses, you saw that exclusive confrontation between Andrew Palace and former TNA Impact Wrestling X Division champion Zima Ion, Palace was not victorious, but man, did he look good against somebody who just came off the biggest stage of their career, TNA Bound for Glory.
No, the biggest event of that promotion, too. And Andrew Palace, what I like about this guy, and you can say what you want about him, the guy takes an opportunity, and to be successful in this business, and in particular, the IWC, he's not sitting around waiting like the other trainees in the back. He's coming out, and he's taking that opportunity. He's making the matches, and tonight's another example where, if you follow him on any of the social media outlets, he's been ready for this one. He's gunning for it. He came full force. He's not just sitting around. You gotta love it.
I think some people would argue that Palace is maybe trying a bit too hard to create those opportunities where he's upsetting and if not disrespecting many of the fans and many of the great athletes like Zima or like Greg.
And I get your point, Joe, but it's what you got to do. I mean, name some of those other guys that were out in the Battle Royal earlier tonight. You're not going to be able to because they're not doing what Andrew Palace is.
Well, I think their time will come. Andrew Palace has a leg up on them for a past few months. He started wrestling in July. Many of the guys in the Battle Royal, their first match was tonight. I mean, you got to cut him some slack here.
Wait a minute here.
Oh, he needs
you can't finish
goggles.
the match without the goggles.
Oh, perish the thought.
Here he goes. I don't like what it does to his hair, though. He's got to make sure he gets the hair out still.
Well, the important point should be winning the match first and foremost. Oh! Nobody home. The handicapped hero out of the way. And Iron meets Palace with an elbow, and it could be time for Palace to pay some dues here.
This is it now. He had a perfect opportunity to get a big win over a vet, and he may have just blown it there because of those goggles. Although I do like his style, Joe.
It's that ego. It's that sense of entitlement. Then Iron counters with a crossbody. Got it, no. Near fall there. Greg looking for a big win. And you want to talk about motivation on the outside. Lady Heather.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if what I missed on the way-in, but
you missed quite a bit. Greg, handicap parking. He's got this thing won. No. Palace kicked out of a Greg Iron specialty. That's big.
I don't know how you don't love this guy, Joe. Andrew Palace, he looks good, and he plays good. You got to look good to wrestle well.
He's overbearing. I could care less how the guy looks. The guy has no respect.
You just wish you had hair like that. Admit it right now. You wish you had hair like that. See that?
Well,
you see that?
I don't want the Farnsworth special. German, nicely done. Greg with a history of head injuries. That's very calculated by Palace. Could have him here. Oh, now how do you condone that?
Farnsworth's curls are a lot tighter than that. But again, the arrogance, while I love it so much, while I love seeing it from this kid, he's blowing the match. That's 2 wins he could have had at this point.
You have a man crush, don't you, Plummer?
A little bit. It's not the first. I'm sure it won't be the last.
What? Iron with a roll-up. Heather just refused the advances. Palace again got distracted. Lady Heather wanted nothing to do with Andrew Palace. I can't blame her. Greg Iron snuck in with a roll-up, and the handicap hero wins it.
Andrew Palace once again getting a huge opportunity, but coming up on the short end of the stick. I still like where this guy's headed. You gotta give him credit for getting in there with such a seasoned vet.
I think Palace has a great upside. He has a very, very bright future. If he can reel himself in and control that ego, he could go very, very far. But until then, once again, Andrew Palace is his own undoing here in Clearfield. Well, with Dennis Gregory's partner, Hentai, seeking some personal retribution against Keith Haught earlier, one third of the Finding Fathers finds himself in singles competition here tonight, and he's going to make us wait for it. Think about it. And not coming out alone, however. Jimmy Vegas not here tonight due to whatever reason. I would rather not know.
He's probably working out.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He's big. You have to work out to get that big.
But Dennis Gregory, his biggest gift is his mind.
His mind, Joe. And the Founding Fathers, they say they never lost the titles. They say they always had them. And they say they're here to save the IWC Tag Team Title Division. Heads up, ho! And that's exactly what they've done so far. They've been dominant since coming back and winning those titles.
They certainly have. They won a 6-man tag team match Let's go to Pedro.
And this opponent, he weighs in at 175 pounds, wrestling out of Rochester, New York. He is a former WWE superstar and the extremely cute wrestler, Colin Delaney.
He's the what? The extremely cute wrestler, ECW. Get it?
Okay, yeah. I can dig.
Colin Delaney is in tremendous shape. He's lost 15 pounds in the past couple of months. Best I've seen him in years, and ready to get a regular spot on the IWC roster if he can build up his winning ways. I'm a big fan of Colin. I'm a friend of Colin's. He was out here earlier tonight. I see the passion, the fire he has in his eyes once more.
I always actually thought you were more than friends, but what's interesting about this match tonight, a singles match. But if he wins, he gets a tag team title shot. Now, Joe, I'm going to let you speculate, and we can do this a little bit on throughout this match here. But let's say he does win. Somehow he gets past the founding fathers here tonight. Who's he going to pick to be his tag team partner if he gets the opportunity?
That's a great question. Colin has had a world of success in singles action as well as tag team action. Of course, Colin best. Well, hold on.
Mr. Colin Delaney, if that's your real name. On the IWCWrestling.com, you said you want a title shot. To earn a title shot, you gotta prove it. You don't have a partner, you don't get a title shot. You beat me, if you beat me, and that if is bigger than that dude's belly. If you beat me, winner takes all next month. If you find someone who likes you enough, bring it.
Well, short and to the point, unlike Danny Gregory normally, but message received. Colin Delaney has had success in the tag team ranks when he was known as Colin Olsen. He was in a tag team with Jimmy Olsen. They were called the Olsen Twins. I suspect they might not have really been related, but I can't
That's
prove
not
that.
true.
I
They look exactly alike.
They look nothing alike, but that's another story. The extremely cute wrestler, Colin Delaney, former WWE star. But that's the past. We're looking to the future. The future's winner take all next month, Justin Plummer. The future is IWC champion, Super Indy champion, title for title. More on that during the main event, of course. But we have a chance to determine our tag team championship matchup, at least 75% of it, in this match tonight.
Dennis Gregory having some words with the fans here.
I think Colin's thinking about having that guy as his partner now.
Well, he's going to have to find somebody, Joe, and maybe if you guys are as close as you say, he might pick you. But let's focus on the task at hand here. He's got to get past Dennis Gregory, and I'm not so sure he can. I've already alluded to it. The Founding Fathers, love them or hate them, have been so dominant since being back together in the IWC, and it's largely in due part to Dennis Gregory making his long-awaited return.
Certainly, Dennis Gregory, and of course you can't factor out Jimmy Vegas as the hired heavy, as the muscle. And with Denny and Vegas and a Hentai utilizing that Freebird rule where any two members of that team can defend the tag team championships, that brings even more of a sense of unpredictability and shock value to how they already conduct business, which is usually very in-your-face and unexpected.
Man, if you're going to allow anyone to use that Freebird rule, like you call it, Joe, these are the three guys that you don't want to do it. Because you talked about Dennis Gregory's mind and how he's got one of the best minds in the business. And when you throw a curveball in like the Freebird rule, the Founding Fathers can really take advantage of that. And I'm not really sure why Chuck Roberts is letting him get away with it. As long as he does, I'm not sure that anyone's going to beat these guys for the titles.
Well, from what I understand, Chuck Roberts had no say in the matter whatsoever. That was a contract provision that was placed in the old administration before the Founding Fathers originally went downhill. They put a lot of loopholes and a lot of red tape ironclad to protect themselves. Guaranteed. That's one of the reasons why these guys are still employed here to begin with. But Colin Delaney quickens the pace. Nice dropkick takedown. And Delaney is feeling that momentum. No better way to secure future IWC work than win a title, I'll tell you that. He could do it.
When we see.
And Colin takes out Hentai.
And about half the first row, too.
A rough landing, but man, it was worth it.
We're seeing Hentai as the X factor in this one. Delaney out here by himself.
Oh.
Gregory with a little bit of assistance, and if nothing else, a distraction. That could end up being the difference in this one. Let's see here.
Yeah, that whiplash effect off that second ring rope, which is tightly enforced, not a lot of give in at all. Colin hits the buckle hard. Gregory, only 5-time former IWC champion in history. And of course, a 2-time tag champion.
He's got a lot of experience. He's kind of like a fine wine. Gets better with age.
He does.
Gets a little bit crankier with age, though, I think.
Dennis Gregory has been wrestling for probably upwards of 20 years or so, but you would never ever notice it by watching him. You would never realize that this guy was a major part of this area in professional wrestling in the mid-90s. You would never realize it because he literally has not lost a single step.
Well, that's because he's been wrestling since he was 5 years old.
Is that true?
I don't know. I made that up.
Okay. I don't think that's legal. But Gregory certainly with a welding, and Hentai sneaks in a shot. This inexperienced referee got a little bit distracted by Gregory.
See, the Founding Fathers know that, and they recognize that coming out here. They have a ref that's working his first night ever. I'm not so sure they're wrong to try to take advantage of it.
Cover, and a ref that apparently wears singlets under his ref gear all the time.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to get called. I'm wearing a singlet under this suit.
All right, more than I need to know. Well, reversal by Colin. Man, what a banner win it could be for him. Watch Hentai, though. Hentai!
Oh, look at this.
And Colin, that's face first on the edge of that ring frame. That's metal and wood. And in case he didn't realize it the first time.
Is there a harder spot on that ring than where his face just hit?
Absolutely not. And Gregory again manipulating. It's been a rough night for a referee here in the IWC tonight.
Yes, it has. And the rookie referee, Steve McCall, hopefully a few months down the line won't be making these simple mistakes, but he's got to keep his eye on the ball.
And Gregory feeling pretty good about himself now. Could be all no.
Excellent shape for a referee, though.
Certainly. Gregory wouldn't mind taking a win at the expense of all the Hentai's dirty work, that's for sure. By any means necessary if you're Dennis Gregory. Colin, of course, mentored by the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, for a time on WWE's ECW television program. Gregory just wearing away. I don't think Tommy Dreamer ever prepared Colin for anything quite like Hentai.
And here, Hentai getting involved again. We need a more senior official out here when the Founding Fathers are out here because you know they're going to try this stuff.
We need to overhaul the entire officiating staff, but that's another story.
Whoa, hey, ho. You should get in there and do it, Joe. We'll get you mic'd up on the old collar.
I may have to the way things are going here. Between Team Big League, the Founding Fathers, everything that's going on around here, we're rapidly losing control. And Colin having a real tough time shaking off the cobwebs. Oof. For the ride, Colin gets the knee up. Drop kick, nicely done. And Colin's got some momentum.
He's got to catch his wind here. He's got to take advantage of this. This may be the only window of opportunity he has to try to put this one away and earn a tag team title shot.
And with Dennis Gregory, that window won't stay open long. Huge clothesline. Second time. And Colin, Darren Hentai, that's a mistake, and I understand the heart, the desire of Colin Delaney.
Yeah, a more serious side than I'm used to seeing. I like it.
Don't question his heart. Don't question the fire that burns inside. Gregory with a neck breaker. And that could do it here. The veterans got it. No! Half a count away from the door being shut on Colin's tag title aspirations. And Gregory drives Colin down with that pump handle slam. That could do it here. Founding Fathers protect themselves. No! Another near fall.
A little hesitant to start that count there. That may have been the difference between the 2 and the 3.
Very well could have. Colin needs every second he can get at this point. Whoops, slides up through. Hentai waiting. Sidestep. Look at Colin. Colin outmaneuvers everybody. Roll up. Colin wins it.
Here is your winner, and now receiving a shot at the IWC Tag Team Titles with a partner of his choosing, and one takes all, Colin Delaney.
That's a huge win.
Joe, I don't know who it's going to be, but I'll tell you this. Winner takes all in Elizabeth, PA. It's always one of the biggest shows of the year. I can tell you, I don't know who he's going to bring in, but it's going to be huge.
And it's huge for Colin himself. After years of being in and out of IWC, Colin could get himself an IWC Tag Team Championship, and Hentai is kicking ropes. That means he's PO'd. Colin Delaney and a partner to challenge the Founding Fathers. Winner take all 2012. Colin could do this thing.
Before the tag team contest is set up for one fall. Choosing team number 1. They weigh in at a combined weight of 375 pounds. Wrestling from your mama's bedroom. Here is the booty call bandit, Nickie Valentino, and Bobby Beverly, the One-Niners.
Was that my mama's bedroom or your mama's bedroom? I couldn't tell who he was looking at.
Nickie Valentino and Bobby Beverly are former IWC Tag Team Champions, looking to get back into contention. You want to talk about egos and chips on their shoulders. Valentino thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I legitimately can't tell you what goes through Bobby Beverly's mind. This guy's out there. Just look at the tattoos.
I think he used to have tights that match those tattoos. They're not bad.
The man has teeth tattooed on his body.
And he has a body tattooed on his teeth. So I hear.
And their opponents, they weigh in at a combined weight of 372 pounds. First wrestling straight from the stage, Aiden and his tag team partner wrestling out of Palm Springs, California, Jordan Lennox.
Well, Aiden Vale got a monkey off his back and took care of some personal issues when he ran James Nutter out of IWC Wrestling back at No Excuses, a partnership and friendship that went far beyond and before either of those gentlemen's time in IWC. Those two, along with some other guy, always aspired to be professional wrestlers in IWC. Vale and Nutter made it, although for Nutter it was only a short amount of time. Aiden Vale sends him packing, figuratively and literally.
That rivalry was getting ugly, Joe. It was kind of a good thing to see it end. James Nutter's bags are packed.
And Aiden Vale still has the war wounds from that rivalry. His shoulder is still heavily taped. That was an existing injury that he suffered prior that was re-aggravated on 2 separate occasions by James Nutter.
Now that's all in their past. I gotta be honest, I'm really... Oh, here we go. I am really excited to see how these 2 youngsters work together, Aiden Vale and Jordan Lennox.
Yeah, they were really brought together by their mutual dislike for James Nutter. Nutter had targeted both of them over the past couple of months. But Lennox was there serving backup for Aiden Vale, helped him out after the matchup. Jordan came out with that chair to put one last exclamation point on Nutter's IWC career.
Yeah, the icing on the cake. I actually, Joe, talking about IWC Aftershock on IWCWrestling.com, was able to catch up with the two of them following that match.
The two of them being Aiden Vale, Jordan Lennox.
Aiden Vale and Jordan Lennox in James Leonard's locker room, packing his bags for him. I haven't heard anything since, but it was kind of odd to see Big League John McChesney make his way and kind of kick me out. So I don't really know what's going on with that. We'll have to stay tuned to IWCWrestling.com for more.
What business does John McChesney have in
None.
James Nutter's locker room is my question.
Absolutely none. Absolutely none.
What are you going to try to pick his pockets or something?
I'm going to get answers tonight. They will be on the website this month. You're just going to have to stay tuned, keep checking back. But in the meantime, let's see how these two guys fare off against the much more experienced tag team. You got to think the One-Nighters are going to have a lot more cohesion tonight. We'll see how it plays out.
One-Nighters have been teaming in one form or another for over 3 years now. So certainly they have all the tools to succeed in a tag team environment. Valentino started out by attempting to work on the arm and shoulder. And there you see him utilizing that arm and shoulder weakness to get ahead. Valentino's done his homework. I believe it is the left shoulder of Vale that is injured. And Vale, he can certainly come out with some explosiveness all his own, down with the knees on Nickie Valentino, who seeks some salvation with Bobby Beverly. Plumber, watch your words carefully.
I think I was just muted.
Beverly tagged in, as is Jordan Lennox.
We're going to see Jordan Lennox here, another guy that you have to love to watch. An excellent start to his singles career in the IWC. We'll see if it translates to this type of match style. And Joe, you already said it. The One-Nighters, the most recent former tag team champions. How big of a win would it be if Aiden Vale and Jordan Lennox could beat guys that just held the tag team titles 2 months ago?
Oh, it'd be potential career makers. Absolutely. The pace quickens. It's advantage Lennox, who refers to himself as Mr. Wrestling Now. All the best styles, all the biggest maneuvers, Lennox combines it all. Lennox has trained with the best of upstate New York, Brody Lee, Colin Delaney, a number of others. And he's out to prove himself, and he was really the standout performer out of everybody at Proving Ground this past July. And it's Lennox who went high risk to take out both One-Nighters, picking up the slack where maybe his partner Aiden Vale may not yet quite be 100%, but they've got that cohesion and a very, very impressive opening exchange here for the new team on the block.
Because so we talked about what happens if these guys win, defeat former tag team champions. What happens if the One-Nighters lose this match? Where does that put them? Does that put their future title shot in jeopardy? Does that put their career in the IWC in jeopardy?
It absolutely puts their future championship opportunities in jeopardy. To me, it's back to the drawing board. One-Nighters are obviously, as we have a cover by Aiden Vale, whatever they're trying, the formula's not working right now. If they can consistently lose matches and develop a losing streak. Aiden Vale and Jordan Lennox, they can be beaten, but they have that determination and perseverance where they've gone into this matchup feeling that they will not be beaten because they have something to prove their first night out of the show.
And wrestling's just like any other sport show where if you start losing...
Well, cover here. Lennox on top for two.
Speaking of losing, very close there. If you start losing, things can start to get into your head. It can change the athlete that you are. Now, I don't know because I've never really lost anything, but I'm just saying I've heard that once it gets in your head, it can become a lot more difficult, and an amazing athlete can crumble.
Oh, Beverly and Valentino collide. Yeah, I've heard about you. You're the kind of guy that thinks you're never wrong. You thought you were wrong one time, but turned out you were mistaken. But be that as it may, Valentino and Beverly working out the double team. And after a bad miscue between the former champions, they recover and with pinpoint precision break down Jordan Lennox, and they can get an earful out of it. And a loss here would be a huge blow to that insecure ego that Valentino and Beverly possess, because certainly they are very fragile-minded. They have to be the center of attention. They have the spotlight. They have to think they're the best. They don't win tonight, they're not even in contention.
Well,
as the best.
Give it a new meaning to the bigger they are, the harder they fall. you can say that about these two men's egos because, man, they think a lot of themselves, but a couple of losses, you'll see a temper tantrum worse than what the Founding Fathers just put on out here.
And that says a lot. Valentino isolating Jordan Lennox.
5 minutes.
I think they would have liked to isolate Aiden Vale based on the shoulder, but the way it's worked out, they just found an opening to pick apart Lennox, and they're running with it. Smart tag team cohesion. What an overbearing maroon Valentino is. Thankfully, he got his. Second time now, up and over, sunset flip by Lennox, but Valentino kicks out and back down with a drop kick. Valentino could sense that momentum slipping and jumped right back on top of his man.
So here's where that cohesion comes into play. These two men switching in and out, not letting Jordan Lennox even come close to making a tag. And even though he's the healthier of the two men coming into the match, he's a little worse for wear here now. You almost want to get Aiden Vale back in this, even with that bum shoulder.
He may not be the healthiest for long, if that's even up for debate anymore. As Beverly just wearing down Lennox, who can't explode with that high-paced offense if he's running out of gas, that's for sure. And the eyes raked across the ring rope. Aiden Vale getting noticeably frustrated at the official. Team of the night for these referees. Valentino misses a charge. Lennox has a chance. Beverly tagged in. Can Lennox get to Aiden Vale?
He's got to make the tag. He does.
Got it. And Aiden Vale exploding. Check out the impact here.
A house of fire, I believe they call it.
The energy of young Aiden on display. Nicely done. The leg lariat. Jeez.
Oh my God.
Huge impact. And Beverly begins to take over. Straight to the temple as Beverly and Vale, the fresher men here, obviously. But watch Jordan Lennox from the top. Huge tomahawk chop. Valentino with a save. Double arm suplex, nicely done. One-nighters going double team.
Uh-oh, we've seen this before.
We've seen him finish off many a man this way. Super kick countered. The ride. Oh, another miscue, one-nighters. Big time mistake. Vale still heavily favoring that shoulder. Overhead neck breaker, however. He got it. Lennox followed through with a splash. This one's over. Got it. Huge win. A major win. What a monumental performance, Justin.
These two young guys are on a roll, translating their momentum from their singles careers right here to a tag team match. Joe, keep your eye on these guys. I am telling you, they've got a future here in the IWC.
Aiden Vale is a big-time star on the rise, and Jordan Lennox is not far behind, as proven by this effort. Founding Fathers, I would keep these men in your crosshairs if you can get through Colin Delaney, because Aiden Vale and Jordan Lennox are players, and they're here to stay.
Introducing first foot challenger, representing Team Beverly. He weighs in at 207 pounds. Saratoga Springs, New York. He is around the samurai, and he made his famous match by way of battle royal this evening. Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish is new to IWC fans, but not new to the wrestling world. He's primarily known in Japan for his tours of Pro Wrestling Noah, where he has controversially dubbed himself the Round Eye Samurai. And he could be the next IWC champion here tonight. He's got the tools. He's got the skills. He's an IWC star, a Ring of Honor star, a Team Big League star. This guy has got the goods to beat Logan Shulo.
And we'll see. He's shown that already. We'll see if he's got any wear and tear from that Battle Royal. If that carries over, he's had some time to rest up, though. We'll see.
Just the fact that he survived some 28, 29 other wrestlers to get here shows you he's ready. Well, John McChesney may not be very impressed by Logan Shulo, but he is the reigning champion. And it sticks in McChesney's craw that it's not him, that it's not Team Big League. But even though McChesney can't win the title tonight, he can bring it back to his home faction through Bobby Fish. But what about the effort of Logan lately? What about the defenses against most recently Dalton Castle and a litany of others? He's really established himself, Logan Shulo has, that he belongs on that top tier.
It was about a 20-minute match with Dalton Castle. It really came down to the wire. Ever since he got the title, Joe, he has been on a roll. Now, we talked about Bobby Fish, though, potentially being worn out from having to go through 29 other men tonight. But let's talk about the disadvantage that Logan Shulo has. He couldn't really scout. He didn't really know what he was in for coming into tonight. Bobby Fish, a great competitor. Logan Shulo, completely not ready. Has had, what, about an hour to prepare?
Yeah, Logan was here ringside with me watching the events unfold in the Battle Royal, but Logan didn't seem to sweat it. He was prepared for anybody and everybody. That's the mark of a champion. And there you see the prize. What about the confrontation we saw at the end of No Excuses between Logan Shulo, the IWC champion, and Super Indie champion Michael Facade? What a potential collision course that's going to be.
That's a huge story. If Logan Shulo... Okay, I don't know if we can be heard over that.
Maybe we should
Can somebody
wait.
get that from him?
To your point about Shulo and Facade.
Yes, right. That's what we were talking about. Sorry, Vuvuzela's mesmerized me. That's an even bigger story here, Joe, because if Logan Shulo can somehow get out of this match with the World Heavyweight title intact, you heard it at the end of the last show, you heard it on IWC Aftershock. It's going to be Logan Shulo versus Michael Facade, title for title, in a match that will truly be winner takes all. And that's not all. It's going to be a 30-minute Iron Man match, something the fans have been looking forward to for quite some time.
That's huge. We heard earlier some speculation, but that's hot news by you, Mr. Plummer, to confirm that here. 30-minute Iron Man match, a title versus title. Look through the history of professional wrestling, whether it was the NWA title versus the WWF title, NWA versus AWA, some of the various unifications between WWE and WCW over the years. Title for title matches are always among the most historic in this industry, in this genre, and we will have one in a month pending the results of this match.
I just want to clear up some confusion. If Logan Shulo loses the title to Bobby Fish tonight, he will still be battling Michael Facade in a 30-minute Iron Man match, but it will be for only the Super Indie title. So either way, we're getting that Iron Man match at winner takes all. We just got to wait and see what titles are going to be on the line.
And we have to question the condition of Facade, who's not here tonight due to a ruptured eardrum suffered at the hands of Sami Callihan in that Super Indie Championship matchup a few weeks ago that Facade defeated Callihan in via tap out, which is huge, to recapture that gold.
Rarely see that, and I actually caught up with Callihan after that match, and what it boils down to is this is a business to him. He wasn't here to make the fans cheer. He wasn't here to have a good time. He's here to make money, and without the Super Indie title, he's not going to make as much money. So he said he's going to do a little soul search and take a few months off, but he'll be back.
Shulo with a go behind. We've seen these men feel each other out in the early going. Nobody's really taking any risks. Fish broke out a few of those low round kicks to test out the thickness of the thigh muscles and the leg development of Shulo. I don't know if he really enjoyed what he found in that exchange. Shulo certainly is not going to take a back seat and wrestle defensively in a championship matchup. That's not where he's gotten, how he's gotten where he is today, for sure.
The strongest legs in the business. I'm going to go as far as to say that, Logan Shulo.
That's pretty bold, but I cannot argue against you. Shulo with a slight leverage advantage. Shulo, a couple inches on Fish, but not much.
mean, two men that are just in phenomenal condition. You can debate who's stronger, upper body, lower body, whatever. Two men in excellent condition, and this is what you're going to see with the IWC. You're going to see top-notch athletes from the top of the card to the bottom, but especially here in the main event.
Well, this match in itself could easily go 30, 45, 60 minutes. We've seen Shulo and Prasad hit that 20-minute time limit draw in the past.
That was right here in Clearfield.
In this building, absolutely.
Combat in Clearfield 2, available on DVD at IWCWrestling.com. Our good friends at Sorgatron Media.
Shoulder tackle by Shulo, who's got the mass on his side. Shulo trains for endurance. You may not realize that looking at him, but Fish may realize the hard way, and McChesney already scurrying around the ring frantically, not liking the early results.
And talk about the history between these two men. Look out!
McChesney creates an opening, and Fish trying to capitalize and steal the title. I'll tell you what, McChesney ruined a classic between Shulo and Dalton Castle. Without McChesney's involvement, we may have seen a new IWC champion. With McChesney's involvement, Shulo's victory was tainted. So neither man was happy at Big League after that one.
No, and the fans weren't either. Like we said, that was about a 20-minute match. It was really highly contested. It was terrible to see. Big League come in, pull off one of his, I'm sure, $500 shoes here. Wait a minute. Bobby Fish taking a seat. I'm sure that Dr. Pepper's not on his pyramid diet. There it is. That's better.
Well, they got him a water. Bobby Fish trying to regroup in the front row. If I'm him, I'm listening to the count very intently. I wouldn't want to get intentionally counted out in a title match. That wouldn't be smart.
I don't think the refs count. The refs too distracted with what's going on here. How ridiculous it is. And
Logan,
unfortunately, that's a huge break for Bobby Fish. A huge opportunity to catch up.
Refereeing staff, a lot to be desired here tonight. Great action, great crowd, great town. Referees, not so much.
Yeah, but he's got an awesome singlet and a great body. Ooh.
Do you like gladiator movies, Justin?
I haven't ever seen any, but I'm sure I would.
Well, thought we were going to see a tie-up, but Fish has other ideas. What about we saw at No Excuses, Fish and McChesney's matchup with HD Canon and Michael Tarver. And that was a hard-hitting affair. Michael Tarver, I don't mind telling him, he picked his spots in there. Yeah. Because when you got a guy like McChesney and a guy like Bobby Fish, that's a dangerous, dangerous environment. And they certainly made HD Canon realize that firsthand.
And they got the victory. Michael Tarver and HD Canon picked up the victory. But then you saw the typical Team Big League tactics following that match, jumping HD Canon and doing their typical underhanded maneuvers. Look out.
McChesney with grabbing a leg.
He tried it the first time and just barely missed.
Come on, referee, do something here.
Toss him. There it is.
There we go.
I think he heard me. Big League John McChesney hit the showers.
McChesney is ejected from ringside, and that's how it should be. That's how we should contest this championship. If Big League doesn't leave, his man could get disqualified here. And that's a double whammy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my.
Tell you what, you want to stay ringside? Let's do this. Even the score. Keep the match going.
The party peacock, Dalton Castle. It looks like Logan's got a new ally, just fresh off their incredible battle just a month ago.
Well, we touched on it a moment ago. The Castle was screwed out of a potential IWC Championship victory by John McChesney. In that battle, Dalton knows it wasn't Logan's fault. He would rather see McChesney fail than anything else, would Dalton. Fish and McChesney.
You want to know who can make this happen? Are you worried about Bobby Fish? Because guess what, McChesney? I don't want you kicked out. You know why? Because I know it'll eat you alive. Even if Logan retains, even if Bobby Fish, because you know what, Bobby, he doesn't want want you to win that title. So I want you to watch the finish, whatever happens. Don't you stay ringside, Steve. I'm sorry, I got to overrule. Let's do this. Get back in the ring. You're in his corner. You're in his corner. Let's do it.
Well, the stakes just got raised. The ante just got upped. IWC title. And Bobby Fish is crying conspiracy.
He's doing a lot of time trying to listen in. I just can't make any sense of anything that he's been saying.
He should find Governor Ventura if he has a conspiracy theory, because we have an IWC title match here.
And we have another Vuvuzela. That's like what, the third one we've had here. Where can I get? Are we selling those?
Fish from behind. Logan waiting for him.
Let's see if Dalton Castle can really stay true to Logan Shulo. Do you think he can put the outcome of the last match between the two behind him?
That's an interesting question. Well, the only alternative to a Logan Shulo victory is a Team Big League victory. And I don't think Dalton Castle would want to see that under any circumstances.
Oh, the Dalton Castle Team Big League rivalry, well documented throughout the past few months.
Well, Shulo has Fish reeling, to say the least. Fish attempting to recover, but Shulo traps him. The dreaded tree of woe, a la Kevin Sullivan. Fish is hung up.
What's he going to set up for here?
Well, Fish dropped a dead weight to try to counter, but Shulo wouldn't let him escape.
Yeah, a different version of the double stomp than we've seen before.
Didn't have enough, no. And maybe the fact that Shulo couldn't go to the top rope due to either the timing or just worried about John McChesney on the outside. Either way, that extra power he could have gotten from the top could have sealed this match.
One thing we didn't mention yet, Joe, is with all the wins that Logan Shulo's been piling up, and we've seen him get in even bigger and better shape throughout the past year here in the IWC, his confidence has really grown, and I think that's made a huge difference in his in-ring performance.
It absolutely has. It's allowed him to soar to heights that maybe he didn't previously think possible.
No, you see a new charisma with him, exactly.
Yeah, the confidence combined with that agility, combined with that perseverance, that stamina. Shulo is more of a well-rounded competitor now than he has ever been before, and he's only getting better. And now Team Big League trapped between Shulo and Castle. Fish escaped. And McChesney just barely. That could be a sign of things to come if McChesney involves himself at all again. Well, Fish able to cut Shulo off at the proverbial pass as Shulo attempted to mount more momentum getting back into the ring. That McChesney distraction certainly paid dividends.
And we're going to see if Logan Shulo's able to start to make a comeback. What a corkscrew.
A kick to both thighs. And then the leg whip. And that will wrench every muscle and tendon.
When have you ever seen a match end on a corkscrew?
Well, not a corkscrew like that, certainly. But it's going to do its damage. What it's going to do is it's going to cause Logan Shulo to use that leg to kick out, and that will put more pressure on it.
And I'm going to go out on a limb, Joe, and I'm going to say you're going to see some of Bobby Fish's MMA skills come into play. Now that he's targeted that leg, we've seen him do it before. He picks a body part like so many of the greats do, and he slowly wears it down.
Yeah, and that, that Japanese strong style, for lack of a better term, that Fish likes to utilize, this plays right into that MO. And Shulo, you can tell he does not want to put any weight on that leg right now. He does not want to attempt to stand for fear that'll do even more damage and perhaps just buckle the knee entirely.
And we know that he likes to end his matches with the electric chair. Is that going to affect his ability to pull off that maneuver?
Yeah, that electric chair. Plus, he needs amazing balance to turn his opponent midair into that power bomb. You need to have both feet firmly planted for that. If you can't put weight on one knee, you're not going to be able to execute that maneuver. Logan trying to battle with the good leg. There's those martial arts style strikes. Catches him high and catches him low.
Could be it.
Have him? No.
Now, how do you react to a man, this is his second appearance here in the IWC, already getting a world title shot? How can you react to somebody walking out here with the title that quickly? I mean, the guys in the back would have to be bitter, you'd have to imagine.
That's the advantage of the Battle Royal, though. They all had that same opportunity. As much as I don't like Team Big League, there's not much room to complain, depending on how this match ends, of course. Fish is good enough.
Look at that move. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's a Brazilian-style heel hook. We've seen guys come in from the outside and win the title right away. Ricky Reyes, Balls Mahoney, Sandman, very dangerous men. Bobby Fish could add himself to that list. Will Logan tap away the IWC title? McChesney's jumping up and down like a giddy schoolgirl.
He's got to get to the rope. He's got to get to the rope. Or you're looking at your new world champion right here tonight in Clearfield.
Oh, with the reach, and he finally gets there.
Taking full advantage of the 5 count as well. Bobby Fish really knows what he's doing. We say he's new to the IWC. Of course, as everybody knows, he's not new to wrestling. The man is a seasoned vet, and that may be what allows him to capture the IWC title so quickly.
Well, I'll tell you, you train in some of those Japanese dojos over there, with how disciplined and focused they are, you could learn a year's worth of material in just a week over there.
Japanese dojos, Brazilian leg locks. I mean, this guy's got it all. He's very well traveled.
And he's very confident. I think it's a great call by Chuck Roberts as well to keep Marshall the Bull and Chest Flexor away from ringside. And certainly that's another story you're going to follow up on in the future, Justin, as far as what the issue is with those two. But back in the ring, nobody home for Bobby Fish in the headbutt.
15 minutes behind this contest, 15 minutes.
And McChesney gets involved.
This is where Dalton's got to back up his man. Here we go.
Dalton on his way. And now we got problems on the outside.
No love lost between either of these men.
And now the pursuit all the way to the back. McChesney.
Run, Big League, run.
He wants nothing to do with Castle after screwing Castle out of the title last month. And Fish is distracted because his backup just fled town. And Fish all alone with a rejuvenated front man. And time for the electric chair. The power bomb. Got it. Could this be all? Logan pulls it out somehow.
Chuck up another defense into the column of the heavy metal Jesus. The momentum continues.
That is the true test of what a champion has. How well he can survive and persevere against all odds. With John McChesney at ringside, with Bobby Fish working on the knee, Logan Shulo found a way to get it done, but it's no rest for the wicked, Justin. In a month's time, it's Logan, it's Facade. We're gonna make history for the first time ever. One of those men in 30 minutes will leave with both championships, Justin.
Joe, it's gonna be a 30-minute Iron Man match. The World Heavyweight title, the Super Indy title. One man's walking out with both. It's gonna be a match where it is truly winner takes all.
We'll see you next time on IWC Home Video.